Welcome to Small Business, Big Network, the podcast for small business owners who want big results from their networking. I'm Liz Drury, a freelance voiceover artist who knows that if you're not working, then networking could help. Hello, and thanks for joining me again. In the last episode, we looked at what networking is and also what it isn't. So in this episode, I wanted to concentrate on why you should network. There are a number of different reasons, and there are probably lots more reasons than I've come up with, but these are the main ones, I think. Firstly, as a small business owner, you probably haven't got lots of money to throw at marketing. You might have a website, but how many people really find you on Google? You've got to spend a lot of time and possibly some money on search engine optimization to make sure that you're always appearing on page 1 for any search that someone might do for your kind of business. I expect you also put some time and effort into social media, but there's lots of different platforms and you can't possibly do all of them to a really high standard, unless you get someone in to help you out, which of course costs money. And if you really want to reach people on social media, you've probably got to go down the advertising route, which again is going to cost you quite a bit. Print advertising is very expensive and possibly beyond the reach of many small businesses, but networking is something that's really affordable and within everyone's reach. As a small business owner, I'm sure you know that nobody's going to buy from you if they don't know about you. So you need to get your message out there somehow. The more people that you tell about what you do, the more you raise your profile, the more you increase your brand awareness, the more people will come and buy from you. And networking seems to me a really great way to spread the word to lots of people. At many networking meetings, you get the opportunity to stand up and tell everyone in the room about what you do. So you've got a captive audience there. Those people are going to hear about your business for the next 30 to 60 seconds, whether they want to or not. You're bound to meet people that you haven't met before. And, as I said before, the more people know about what you do, the better. So every time you go to a networking meeting, you're expanding your network and you're expanding the number of people who know you and know what you do. And that's got to be a good thing. As I said in the first episode, networking isn't about selling. And there are lots more reasons beyond advertising your product or service as to why you might want to network. Having said that, I can trace about 50% of my work back to networking in one way or another. So it is something that's going to eventually help with your bottom line. But here are some other reasons for networking. I've met quite a few of my suppliers through networking. For example, my accountant, my website developer, and my graphic designer. I've also bought presents from people at networking meetings, things like candles and socks and jewellery that people in the room were selling. Networking meetings are also a great place to find out what else is going on in your local area. You might hear about other networking meetings, perhaps conferences or exhibitions that are happening locally. And I've also found out about grants that have been available to local businesses when I've been at networking meetings. If you find a local network that you really enjoy going to, then the people in that network will probably in the end become your friends. I've made quite a few friends through networking, and that's one of the best things about it. As I've said before, it is a slow burn, it is a long-term thing. You have to think of networking as a marathon, not a sprint. But in the end, it will pay dividends because, as I said in the last episode, the people that you get to know through networking, who you really get to know, will become your brand ambassadors and they'll start spreading the word about your business for you. I'm going to talk more about the different kinds of networks that are out there in another episode. But if you attend industry-specific networks, then you can also find people to collaborate with. Sometimes there might be a project that one of your peers is working on where they need more people in order to make the project work. And if you get to know other people in your own industry, then they're likely to think of you when they need someone else to collaborate with. Finally, networking meetings can actually be a really good social event. If, like me, you're a solopreneur and you're working on your own all day, every day, then it's great to be able to get out of the office and meet other people. And I've had some really good times at networking meetings, particularly when there's food involved. I've had fish and chips suppers, ice creams on hot sunny evenings, and amazing Indian food. Now, many people will tell you that networking meetings are never about the food, but honestly, sometimes they are. I went to an amazing ladies' networking luncheon just before Christmas in 2019. It was at a local hotel, and they were wanting to show off their festive afternoon tea. There must have been 30-odd ladies in the room, all taking pictures of the afternoon tea and posting it on their Instagram and other social media feeds, so the hotel got lots of free advertising out of it, and we got an amazing meal. I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into some of the reasons why you might want to network. Obviously, getting the word out about who you are and what you do is the main one, but there's lots of other reasons too, and you can perhaps think of more than I've come up with. I hope you'll join me again next time. Thanks for listening to Small Business, Big Network. If you found this podcast useful, please do rate, review and subscribe. And don't forget to share it with the rest of your network too.